Hello, and welcome, my Cancerian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Welcome to your What Do I Need read for this new moon in Scorpio to full moon next in Gemini, November 2020. I am your reader, Angelo, Lyons, Mal for short. Excuse me, professional witch, professional intuitive, president of DrawingTheCircle Productions. Son of a Cancerian mother, sun sign, Cancer sun sign, the Archangel of Lyons, Angelo Lyons, but you can call me Mal. You know, she named me Angelo Lyons, my Cancerian mother, and I pointed out to her that she essentially named me the Archangel of Lyons, and she said, "You're a weird kid," and I said, "You named me." She was like, "Yeah, well, it was 1968, and I was coming out of sedation." So there you go. There you have it. The angels took over my mom and named me the Archangel of Lyons, which that I truly am. So let's get into this game. If you are one of my subscribers coming back, my Cancerians in particular, thank you so much. You've been so nurturing of my career throughout, as Cancers are wont to do. The creativity of this is a lot. Your emotional support, particularly through 2020, has been very, very appreciated and embraced. We're growing the community little by little by little, right? The channel's getting bigger by a couple of more likes every day. Shooting for 30,000 though, so that we can get the membership thing, right? So that we can do private live streams and extended readings when I do them will be here, as well as on Vimeo.com. Pay one price here, pay per view on Vimeo. So thank you. And if you are new to my channel, look, if you like the video, just hit the like button. No one will know. It'll be our little secret. And if you like how I read, please subscribe, because I'm going to keep going. I'm learning every time I do it. I get a little bit better, and that's a learning curve for you. So let's get down to business. What we are doing here is a 6-card draw, 6 different divination systems. Well, they're not all divination systems. Technically, we've got 2 oracles, 2 tarot decks, and 2 healing systems, right? Each one a voice of the pantheons with which I am mystically intertwined with since birth, apparently, to get you clarity, guidance, and grace, the clues, the tips, the hints you need from this new moon on Sunday, November 15th, new moon in Scorpio at 12:07 a.m. We'll probably be doing something Saturday night for that new moon, or maybe the next day after, right? I would want to work the waxing side. And then that goes to the waxing period to the full moon in Gemini on Monday, November 30th, and it's eclipse at 4:30 a.m. So we would probably do something that night before here on the channel as well. Just saying. So what do you need to know to wax, to build, to strengthen, right? To develop, to evolve. This new moon to full moon next. Focus on your breath. It's general read. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And check your other signs, right? Because there are so many different things that could happen. Some might be love, money, healing, the standard. You with me? Let's ask the angels. We're going to start off with that. Oh, all the decks that I read are always in the description box at the bottom. Give credit where credit is due. Focus on your breath. Be here now. I'll do the same. Here we go. Breathe. Yes, my angels, I feel you, please. My beloved angels of water and angels of the sign of Cancer, please. I need one card in clarity. What is the healing with the angels oracle from Doreen Virtue to hint at? The healing angel that this Cancerian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign needs to call upon, needs to be aware of, needs to work with, however that plays out with them. This new moon in Scorpio to full moon next in Gemini. I'll take that one. November 2020. The angel of trust. Now, why would a healing angel of trust need to be called then? Oh, I don't know. Maybe our trust has been wounded, hurt, damaged, seems to be obliterated in a certain situation, or maybe in life in general. It's been a tricky year. I mean, faith and trust are not, to me, exactly the same thing, because you can trust in your faith. Can you have faith in your trust? I guess that's like the communicative property of addition that way, however that plays itself out for you. But call upon this one to show you what you can trust, perhaps, because what would the angel of trust do, right? Contemplate that. What would the angel of trust do? Like, you know, just sit there and go, I trust you, which sometimes might be exactly what you need to know that the universe trusts you, your soul, you know, your higher self, and all that jazz. Let's see what's going on the inside, because this will give an indication of the yin, what's going on in the world behind your eyes. And your Cancerians, you pretty much live there all the time, right? The crab in their shell, mostly internal, a little defensive on the outer, and walk sideways. Eventually, waxing and waning as a moon child will. Breathe. Oh, my goddesses of water and the sign of Cancer. Ooh, do I feel you? Please, my goddesses, Hestia, Hera, Hecate, in any aspect of the collective divine feminine energy of the universe, please, one card in clarity using the Daughters of the Moon Tarot. What does this Cancerian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign need to be aware of inside of themselves, perhaps addressing this trust, right? Why would this angel of trust be needed? What's going on inside of them that they need to be aware of? This new moon in Scorpio to full moon next in Gemini. And we see, this is the thing, the Two of Flames. You're undecided. You're undecided. You don't know what to trust. Now, this is not an intellectual process. That would be air. That would be analysis. Two of Blades in this deck. This is volcanic. This is power in your hands. Now, of course, this could be about you learning to trust your own power. Again, as a general read, it's going to play itself out in different ways. But I can feel that in here. Like, can you trust your own power? Can you trust yourself to make the right decision? Now, are you making it solely with your head, solely with your heart, or is there a balance of the feminine and the masculine here, right? So your process of trusting yourself, and this could also be very much, well, my gut is telling me don't trust this at all, right? But everyone's telling me to, right? But it could easily be flipped. Everyone's saying, no, don't, oh my God, don't. And you're like, I got to do this. Like, no, this feels right to me, man. So juggling there doesn't feel like an immediate action, but what better than a waxing moon to take the steps to heal, develop, uncover perhaps that trust within yourself so that you'll know what to do. But right now it's iffy. I'm just feeling iffy about it. It's only 2, right? It'll pass. It's a major arcana, but let's see what's going on the outside, what you need to be aware of using the Mythic Tarot, as we just did with the Divine Feminine aspect. This will be the Divine Masculine, the gods. Here we go. Oh, that feels lovely. Please, my gods of water and the sign of Cancer, please, one card in clarity for the Cancerian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. What do they need to be aware of? That kind of clarity outside of them in their external world, or how their internal world is interacting with their external world, which is the masculine polarity of that. Please, from this new moon in Scorpio, I'm feeling this, to full moon next in Gemini. What does the Cancerian Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs most need to be aware of outside of themselves? And it is the Chariot, the Cancerian card. You may very well have to balance inspiration with motivation. Comedy and tragedy, the masculine and the feminine, in order to move forward here. Or at least that's the situation that's being presented to you outside, that there is a forward movement here. You know, inspiration and motivation sound similar, but they're not. That's why you have a light horse and a dark horse. So the light horse is inspiration, the carrot, if you like, calling the horse forward. The dark horse is motivation, the whip. Like, oh man, I really love and enjoy doing readings, and yeah, but I got to do like 4 or 5 of them. It's today, so I can schedule, right? Like, well, I got to get up and do what's got to get done. I still got to scoop litter, right? Still got to cook dinner. It's like, you know, so it's that balance, right? Yes, of course, it's a Cancerian card. It's emotional. But balancing these, they're not really opposing forces, but you see how they could be. Oh, I'm so inspired, but I'm terrified, right? I don't know what to do. So that would make this horse want to go in one direction and the other, but when they're both together, that's that balance there. And I could see the issue of, you know, indecision and trust in that. It's like, what should I listen to, my head or my heart? Well, ultimately, you want them to go in the same direction, and that do take time, right? That's not easy. That's called, Carolyn Mace calls that congruence, when you're mind and your heart are congruent with your choices, right? Because how do you make a choice and decision if daddy's saying no and mommy's saying yes? What does the child do? Usually me want to stick something in my mouth because I have an oral fixation. That's what those are, right? It's like that third time, well, give me something, a choice that I can, right? Give me a cigarette, give me a glass of water, give me something. Stick in there. Let's keep going. How about we just keep going? Let's ask the Ascended Masters. Chuck Spezzano Love Pack. I love this pack. It's so simple, and I consider this a healing system. The book that it comes with is rather in-depth, even though the imagery is kind of simple. I like it, though. Within the complexity of some of the decks I read with, it's a nice eye refresher, right? 3 suits. There are 4 suits in the deck. One of them's back there. It's the suit of the problems. Not today. Not today. We've got luck, healing, and grace. Those are the 3 suits. You'll hear it as I call it out in the prayer. Breathe. Voices of the Ascended Masters. Yes, it's been a busy day already. Please, one card in clarity for the Cancerian Collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, right? I can feel that for them. What is it that they need to know for this full new moon? Yeah, the energy just shifted here. Give me a sec. I'm getting multiple timelines here now. This is where there will be probably a divergence depending on what this card is. Okay, here we go. Breathe. My Ascended Masters, please, one card in clarity for the Cancerian Collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. What is it? What is the piece of luck they need to be aware of that might be right in front of them? The piece of healing that they need to embrace and take steps on? Or the piece of grace that is permeating all of this that they may not be aware of, that they need to allow to flow through them. And the whole thing for this new moon in Scorpio, thank you to full moon next in Gemini, November 2020. There was a little static on the channel there, and I'm going to say that's part of it. That's part of, can I trust what I'm hearing? Can I trust what I'm feeling? Right? Yet there's great power in this external motivation, inspiration balance, right? I get it. Oh, you've got the grace card of grace. Oh my God, I could talk about this for a day, let alone for a couple of minutes here. Oh my goodness gracious. Grace is a word that belongs to no one religion or spiritual path. It is as universal as it gets. Carolyn Mace. I mean, I knew what grace was. I said as a kid, I have a book, Words of Grace. It's going to be out in Kindle next year, or maybe even earlier, depending on how things go. This will be my first Kindle, right? I'm pregnant. I'm going to give birth to a Kindle in a month or so. Cancerians get that. So grace is a mystical substance, right? You know, Carolyn Mace is where I learned grace, right? As an adult, right? As a mystic. A mystical substance, the breath of God. Can you trust in that no matter what you are thinking, whatever you are perceiving in this situation, whatever it is, I think you kind of know what this is. One would think, what's the big trust issue on the table for the next 2 weeks or so, depending on when you're watching this, to really trust that I'm not alone. I'm sitting in the palm of the divine's hand. It's beautiful. Tune to that. You're all right. You're not, well, here, try this. I'm willing to viscerally and emotionally experience the grace of the divine. So would be hallelujah, pass the ammunition. Stir it in your coffee, smoke a cigarette, whatever. That one's on the house. The whole thing's on the house. It's YouTube. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. And I want nothing more than for everyone to experience grace like that, but particularly Cancerians. It's like that's saying, it's like your trust in something higher power, call it whatever you want. Grace is in play here, and you need to what? Like I said in the prayer, to allow it, right? To allow it to be there, to allow it to move through you and flow. It's not like you can control it, but it's good to be aware of it. Wrong side. I'm the carrot top of YouTube readers. No, I'm not. God forbid, let that not be my final epithet. Are you epithet? Higher selves of all involved. Whispers of Love Oracle. Higher selves, fifth dimension and above. Let's see what they have to say. You need breathe. You know, this feels good. This feels good. Like that indecisive thing, right? In that two flames feels very stabilized if you can really tune yourself to that grace in whatever way, shape, or form you are guided to. Because that's a big carrot pulling you forward and pushing you from behind as well. Please, the higher selves of all involved. Oh, you feel so lovely. Please, one card in clarity for this Cancerian collective sun, moon, rising Venus signs. What is a piece of inspiration, information, or insight that they need from their higher self collective? This new moon in Scorpio to full moon next in Gemini. November 2020. Union of hearts. There is a connection of love that defies explanation. Let's drink that in. Because it defies explanation. Where does that, which chakra does explanation? Throat, I guess, if you're speaking it and hearing it as well. Throat chakra is both voice and hearing. The audio aspect of, you know, just tuning to this. Do I trust my logical, rational mind of what I've learned and all that I've experienced? Your wisdom, essentially, on a mental aspect of it, which might very well be the dark horse in this case. And the emotional that feels that grace and says, "Oh, I've got it. I'm in love." Well, by the way, a union of hearts, this is a connection of love that defies explanation. That could be between a parent and child as well, right? It's like, oh, they're driving me over a wall. There's no, it defies explanation. But I'm not getting that for the majority of you. I'm getting for the majority of you, this is probably romantic. I mean, I'm doing this on 11/11. God fucking help us all. Oh, white pants after Labor Day. There really, really, really is a connection here that you cannot figure out. Hence the trust. Don't trust in them so much. Trust in them. Lowercase t versus capital T. Let's keep going. Your last card down. A party turner unto itself. The cherry on the Sunday of the reading, if you like, we have got the Healing Mantra deck by Matt Kahn. I'm going to read it from the little bookie book in a little bit, but this is also the Ascended Masters, right? They do double duty, which is okay. In the Soulmate reads, they only got the last card down with this deck, but here they got the Chuck Spezzano Love Pack. I try and give them all like equal opportunities, right? So they gave us this card of grace. So keep that in mind. This flows from the same source of information or through the same channel, whatever. Breathe. Yeah, I'm going to ask in particular. My Ascended Masters of Soul Contract Law, whether this is Soulmate or Twin Flame, whatever it is, please, one card in clarity for the Cancerian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. What is the perfect healing mantra for them? Most helpful, truly helpful, truly applicable, easy, not easy, but simple for them to implement with the healing that is needed for this waxing moon. Going from the new moon in Scorpio to the full moon next in Gemini, November 2020. This is very heartfelt here for me, for you all. Growing beyond guilt. Couldn't happen any other way. Oh, fuck. Don't you set your hair on fire. Not yet. Growing beyond guilt. Now I can talk about this one. I mean, getting into the quantum and the divine plan and how it's all scripted. It's a video game, right? It's a holographic game we're all in. Why did I forget suddenly the order of the alphabet? Do I have to do the song in my head? I will. I was raised by a nursery school teacher. It's written in my brain. Growing beyond guilt. It couldn't have happened any other way. You don't know how many times this mantra has pulled me out of the ninth circle of hell and upward. When you grow beyond guilt, there is a heartfelt acceptance that any sequence of events unfolds in a perfect flow that is organized and expressed by the universe, right? So that's when you get, oh, right, I'm not in control of this. I have free will within the divine plan, but this is scripted. This is written. That's what the quantum is sort of about. The quantum field is the infinite probability of all that is, manifested in different dimensions and levels of form. Now, 12 dimensions, 12 overtones, each it's 144 dimensions. And we're fluctuating in between them all day long. Blink your eyes, you're in another one sometime. It's very edgy of a genie. I wish. Bahamas. No, it's still here. I'd love to go to the Bahamas, not right now though. But you get what I'm saying? It's like that this is a thing that you're finding your way through. And with that chariot on the outside, you really want to drop some excess, what do they call that? You're in your hot air balloon, you drop the excess baggage. Oh, it'll come to me, the word will come. This takes the pressure of control off your shoulders because you don't have it anyway. Ballast. Thank you, spirit guides. This takes the pressure of control off your shoulders so you can enjoy the way in which life has come to be, right? So there's something about the present moment and going through this. It's like, all right, I can take some comfort then in that this couldn't happen any other way, and what's got me here couldn't have happened. And of the infinite probabilities, the ones that got me here dealing with this chariot in this place of indecision, it could have happened any other way. That was the timelines and the quantum probabilities necessary for the evolution of the soul, not the comfort of the ego. Boom. Since everything is destined to change and can only change you for the better, growing beyond guilt enables you to see how exquisitely the gift of life unfolds. So there's another mantra to that. Thank you for this gift. Now, when my family think, oh, thank you for this gift, but hey, to step in that direction. So I don't know what the gift is, but according to Matt Kahn, author of this booklet here and these cards, that when you say thank you for this gift to the divine silently, no one needs to know you do it. Hey, light a candle, dance a jig, whatever you got to do. It really anchors gratitude in the present moment in the subconscious on some level, as well as according to universal law, the universe has got to show you the gift the more you do it, right? So the last little bit here, this mantra is ideal for releasing the past, unhooking from karmic patterns, which this might be, and forgiving yourself, right? You know, if this is a karmic thing, Union of Hearts doesn't necessarily say that it is a, twin flame or soulmate. It says it's a soul contract for sure. Well, all of them are. Union of Hearts, there's a connection of love that defies explanation, that is carrying some psychic baggage probably for both of you, and maybe not all from this life, so it might not all make sense why you're feeling the way you feel. Let me put it together. Oh, good, it came back, yay, yay, it disconnected or reconnected, yay. Good, because going on inside of you, you've got this indecision and you don't know what to trust. Head or heart, right? And this in terms of you moving forward this, right? The situation is moving towards you or you're moving towards it. Again, it's a general read, right? But to trust in the grace. You send a master saying grace, and that there is grace here to grow beyond guilt. So even if in this union of hearts that defies explanation, you don't know how many romantic questions I've had in my life. I'm like, this makes no sense. Gone, not gone, right? That there's grace here. There is a larger plan in play, and it just did come right out and say it. And from the bookie book, right? Growing Beyond Guilt takes the pressure of control off. All right. Not that you're going to let the horses run in different directions, but that you can really use your inspiration and motivation here. And that's what you need. Let me give you the blessing. Breathe. May the Cancerian collective, sun, moon, rising, Venus signs be blessed with all that they need this new moon to full moon next, that they may be able to trust going through this process of really clarifying what they want, balancing their inspiration, motivation, their head, their heart, their will, moving forward like the chariot in this union of hearts that defies explanation, but experiencing the grace and growing beyond guilt for their well-being, for the well-being, hopefully, of anyone who else is involved tangentially, even with this union of hearts, and for the well-being of all. So motivating. And so it is. Thank you for watching. Please do like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, tell your friends, maybe not your family, but tell your friends. Mark Angelo Lyons, Mel for short, he's a hoot, and he's good. And he's got a Cancerian mother, so how bad could he be? You'd be surprised. We all have bad days. Thank you so much for watching. Wishing you all, again, like, subscribe, all that jazz, and wishing you all the very, very best and the very blessed of this new moon in Scorpio to full moon next in Gemini, my crabbies. Crab cakes. Farewell and blessed.